Group, also it's a private incorporation in Vietnam. And that's why I mentioned maybe a mix between Arabic and Hitachi. And first of all, I would like to also to appreciate the wonderful idea from BKU to creating the ASEAN Consortium for Innovation and Research. And so I just give my, I also appreciate the old presentation this morning. We can learn many different models from all the country participating in this program. And also from the Nam Long's group from corporation. Finca Group, personally, I moved from Hanoi, University of Science and Technology in Hanoi. It's a wicked technical university, and that is when I have many collaborations with ITC, with Unsan, also with UK, and also your university in almost University. When I moved from the public university to the private university, I think there's some different point and how we can, succession, observation from public, private, and how is the most challenging in Vietnam and also in the region. So far in Vietnam, you can see that only 70% of the company who open the door in connection with research with the academic in Vietnam. I mentioned in the presentation of the two, we can indoor research. Almost many industry corporations, they have their own research center, and only 30% in Vietnam. I don't mention maybe in Korea it's more developed, but in Vietnam only 30% working with other academics. Because sometimes they, I think, belong to the relationship, belong to the church or something, and each corporation has a different points of view. And also, we can see now until this year, only 1% of the patent and the application of the UC in Vietnam to be transferred to the industry. So you can see some factor is little very weak, as you mentioned, very weak between the R&D of the industry and the academic. And so that's why the Vietnamese government have the special policy to encourage the incorporation to invest in the education. In Finca Group, we are not a big medium, but we have the Vico Zone is the top 3 in the world about the Quadstone. And if you want to keep this position, because we invest a lot on R&D, on the natural, on the chemical engineering, and also on the AI. So that's why I'm happy that we can able to participate in this consortium initiated by the BKU. And the second part I want to mention, because Dr. Chen, Professor Thành Western Pháp also mentioned how we can, keep our consortium alive in a sustainable way. So I think that in university we also have maybe already the member of some different network. So why we decided to be a part of this network? And what this network could bring the value to our university, to our industry, is important. So that's why I think we should be on it and very concrete at the beginning. In my point of view, the strong point of this network, because we have the very focusing area on the ICT, AI, digital. We're not going to expand to many other fields. So that's why I think it's more flexible and more easy to find out some common interest, innovation, in research. So I think the first one, I think the consortium we have the pick down some top 5, 6 common research topics. That's all. I don't think we can expand more. And is the first one. And the second thing, I think as Professor mentioned, we can have the annual meeting every year, right? So the annual meeting with my suggestion, we have already the CETA conference. If the CETA conference could be able to become the annual scientific conference, it's good for the ASEAN, because this conference could be reserved to the researcher and the faculty. It's the conference for researchers. But the second thing, I think if we become to network, we want to learn more experience from other different members, not only for research in academic, but how we can manage the university, how we can build the techno park, how we can build the relationship, how we can build the spin-off startup, and how we can transform the knowledge from our university to the market. So I think we can organize a second forum, but this forum may be reserved for the leadership, for the admission staff or for the higher position in the UC. With this forum like this morning, we can share the idea and can build the network, the second forum. As a third point, I think we are focusing on even in acir, either in acir or the UC, we're also focusing on the student. So we can, I believe that we can enhance the mobility inside the network for the exchange student. But for the annual conference, we got also the first forum for students. For example, for the first forum, every year we can, organize a forum. And the student, when I or other people coming here for the conference of the leadership or the research, I can so bring 5, 6 students, depending. Because in ASEAN, you mentioned, I agree with Professor Park, it's more easy, it's less expensive. We can bring a forum for students. And in this forum student, before we can select, right? We have 7 members, we can select 20, we can propose 20 registration and we select 5 or 6, it depends. And think you see we will be cover the the expander for students. So students come here, and I think that each West student can different UC, and in ASEAN we can work in together. We can talk, present their own interest, research, and also we can creating some group discussion for some common issue. For example, from the big long, actually Nam Long, there's a digital transformation, for example. And after the student can present their result research, they can also divide in different groups and they can discuss together. How is the problem in the Myanmar, Cambodia, Korea, or South, and how in Thailand and how Vietnam? So then, at the second day of the SIDA or forum, they can present their not also research, but their observation and succession. I think it's important for us. We can learn, from students, to avoid from students. So I think there's some activity that could be able to keep in us to go together. And the last, I think every member of UT here receive the funding, I'm sure. And the network could be able for us to get the network and to get the funding from Horizon 2020, from AU, from nationally, future card, but before we are waiting for other funding. I think also as a member we can provide, not very big but small amount the money for the budget, and we can keep things a small funding inside of the network to promoting the most let's say potential or the most increased project among the members. Because we cannot wait European Commission or US to fund ourselves. But I think that even we don't participate in the network, we already get some fund. And when we visit the network, we should be more easy, But I think we should base on our own resources before we think also further. So I think we can get not I think $2,000 per project, for example, and whatever the number, and we can put our research in the same network. I think from Finica Group and Finica University, we are committed when we come to the ASEAN with our motivation, volunteer to participate, and hope that the network will bring the own meaning value to all the members of the UC. Thank you.
Thank you so much.